Hey everybody, it's Feasible Tax, and it's time for episode 2 of weird, mildly interesting security guard stories. And this is one that happened, and it's 6 in the morning now, and I just finished dealing with it about 5 minutes ago. I'm heading home now. It happened right at the end of my shift, which didn't make me too happy. So, I clocked in around 10 p.m. Actually, I clocked in at 10 p.m. And I'm standing in the parking lot. I'm waiting for my boss to, well, not my boss, the ranking officer to show up, because we always have a little chit-chat before I start doing my stuff, and he continues doing his stuff. So he comes in, and we're talking, and we're like listening to music and joking around and having a good time. And a woman comes up to the building that our office is in, and it's a multi-purpose building. It has a bunch of other stuff in it. And tonight it was used as an overflow booking area for hotel guests. So a woman comes up to it and tries to get into the door. Don't think anything of it. Oh, she meant to check in, but now she's going to have to go to the hotel because they closed that desk down. All right. So she starts walking towards us, and she gets close to me, and I'm like, excuse me, ma'am, can I help you find something? Walks right past me. Then proceeds to walk down probably a 45 to 50 degree embankment covered in snow and ice, and walks right down the middle of the road. I'm like, okay, that's kind of weird. But drunk people, you know? So I didn't really think anything of it, and I go off on my merry way. And later that evening, I'm driving around, and I see the same woman walking down the middle of the street. And it's about 2 hours later. I'm like, okay, weird. So I pull up next to her. I'm like, excuse me, ma'am, can I help you find anything? Walks past me again. Just doesn't say a word. Doesn't even look at me. So, I just, like, okay, it's just some rude woman who doesn't really want to talk to me. Fair enough. I mean, people don't really respect me that much. Don't respect any of us that much. Whatever. 5 minutes before the end of my shift, I get a call from one of the hotels. And they're like, hey, we got a weird woman sitting in our lobby. Kind of matches the description you gave us of the one you dealt with earlier. You want to come check it out? And I'm like, okay. I finished sending all my reports for the day, and I popped over there. It's the same woman. So I'm like, okay, I don't want to get involved in this because I don't want to have to go back and edit my reports. So I'm standing behind one of the front desk staff as he goes out, and he asks her, he's like, how you doing, ma'am? Doesn't answer him. It's like, are you staying here? It's like, no, I'm visiting. Well, are you visiting someone in the hotel? No, I'm just visiting. I'm going to ski. Well, are you staying in the hotel? Like, no, I'm visiting. Are you staying at the resort? No, I'm not. And she's acting really defensive, and she's like, oh, well, I'm sorry, I didn't know I wasn't allowed to be here. And trying to get up and leave, and we're just trying to figure out who she is and why she's here. Just stops answering our questions. It's like, fine, just leave, no more problems. So I clock out, and I pop over to, we have another place on the resort that we have another person who works for our company who's stationed there full-time at this one hotel. And we don't communicate, which is a problem. Because apparently this woman locked herself in a bathroom there for 3 hours. And the guy who works there is really nice, easygoing, live and let live kind of guy, which, I mean, I don't know if that's right for this line of work, but whatever. He does his job, and he does it well, and 99.9% of the time, there are no problems. But he just lets her be in the bathroom for a while. And eventually he goes and he knocks on the door. He's like, hey, is everything okay in there? She's like, yeah, I'll be out in a minute. So he walks around for a minute, and he comes back, and she's gone. And that's when she went over to the hotel that I had to go and deal with her. So I finished talking with him about this, and I call up the hotel, and I'm like, hey, like, if she comes back, because she had mentioned wanting to come back to get some coffee, I'm like, hey, if she comes back, you might want to call state troopers or the constable and have someone come out here and just kind of talk with her and figure out who she is and where she's supposed to be, because it seemed like she might be an EDP or something. Or maybe just a homeless person who was looking for somewhere to sleep. And I'm like, okay, we'll do that. And so I'm driving down the mountain on my way home, and she's just walking down the middle of the street, completely unaware that anyone is trying to drive around her or on that road. So I thought that one was kind of funny, kind of weird. Nothing really zany happening there, but I want you guys' opinion. What would you have done in that situation? Leave it down below in the comments, and I'm curious. Thanks for watching, everybody. I've got 2 or 3 more stories sitting right on the top of my head, so I might do another one of these today or tomorrow morning. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you next time.